Hey, Roger.
Yes.
Ever feel like someone was watching you?
Yeah, all the time.
Look behind you, genius. You're on camera.
Oh, hi. I'm Roger, your host for today. Did you know that Jefferson's campus is growing? No, new buildings aren't under construction. Actually, the campus is expanding through the development of new learning environments. New learning environments created through state-of-the-art electronic technologies, which increase access to university resources from remote locations. What you're about to see may alter your perception of where and how students can learn. The challenge for Jefferson lies in providing educational opportunities that are convenient for students, yet satisfy the requirements of credit-bearing courses and university standards. Meet Patrick Reed. He's sitting in the second row. Yeah, there he is. Patrick is a technician for a major pharmaceutical company. He's pursuing his master's degree in pharmacology. It's time to register for next semester, and Patrick has some questions for Dr. Scott.
See you, Gwen.
Dr. Scott,
Yes.
since the regular antimicrobial agents course is available at 3 o'clock next semester, and I find it difficult to get here on time, I read about the new section of the course being offered over the computer.
Oh, yes.
Do you know about this?
Of course. We developed that section for students just like you. It's an electronic learning environment. Would you like to see how it works?
Yeah, sure. I have time right now.
So do I. Why don't you come to my office and I'll show you what we've done so far.
Okay, great.
Ready to roll, Roger?
You're probably just like Patrick. You may have heard or read about distance learning, but you're not quite sure how it works. Well, here's a quick rundown. Today, many universities have implemented distance learning strategies to extend educational opportunities to non-traditional students. Simply stated, distance learning takes place when students are physically separated from their teacher by time and/or location. Jefferson's exploring these new learning environments as part of the Learning Infrastructure Project. We intend to apply student-centered, self-paced, independent learning principles to redesign the antimicrobial agents course for the pharmacology department in the College of Graduate Studies. Here comes Dr. Scott with Patrick. They'll give you a demonstration.
So, you think I'll be able to take this course?
Do you have a computer?
Yeah, sure. Doesn't everybody?
And an email account.
Oh, I couldn't live without it. I'd never get to talk to my coworkers.
Good. Well, in answer to your question, the best thing about this course is its convenience. Instead of meeting in a traditional classroom setting, we've created an electronic learning environment in which we communicate asynchronously.
What does that mean?
That means you'll be able to participate in a class without the constraints of time and location over our computer network, JeffLine.
Will I need a lot of special equipment for this?
Not if you bought your computer in the last couple of years. We'll, of course, check your modem to make sure it's fast enough, and we'll give you the computer software you need.
Okay. I'm afraid I'll lose contact with the faculty, though. Take today, for instance. I would have never had the opportunity to speak with you unless I caught you after class. I'm afraid I'll become a social security number, a student without a face.
On the contrary, even though we'll be communicating online, interactivity is a key ingredient. You'll find it much more convenient to try to contact me where you won't have to depend on my availability. Plus, we'll be able to meet face-to-face online, too. Let's get started.
Okay.
Now, what usually happens the first time your class meets?
Well, there's usually time for introduction and discussion about our expectations for the semester. The teacher distributes a syllabus.
The same thing will happen with our computer software.
And we talk about assignments, too.
We can discuss these matters electronically through email and bulletin boards. Professor Kane, you know him,
Yeah.
and I've been working with a demonstration group. Okay, a couple of students have responded to questions I put on the bulletin board. My question concerned the antibacterial spectrum of erythromycin.
Answer. The spectrum is similar to penicillin. Also, Dr. Scott, I was wondering what's due for next Thursday. I was confused by the dates you mentioned last week. Could you send us a revised syllabus? Thanks.
That's no problem.
Dr. Scott, thanks for directing me to the link showing the molecular animation sequence. It's much clearer now. Here's the link in case the class wants to view it too. See you online.
Looks like you got some email.
Here's a message from Dr. Kane. Hi, Barbara. Had a couple questions about the Legionnaire's disease module. I found a couple of articles from 1976. Thought the students would enjoy reading. Speaking of Dr. Kane, why don't I get him to help me show you video conferencing?
Okay.
Go to communication. Then here we are, down to video conference. Here we are. Now we'll go to file, hit call, and go over to Dr. Kane, click on him, connect. See if the phone's ringing.
Yeah.
See if he answers. That's his window. And there's Stephen. Hi, Stephen. I'm just explaining to Patrick Reed here the antimicrobial agents course we're putting together. Do you have a few minutes to help me show him how it works?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to start with? How about the molecule illustration?
Sounds great. Let's share that. Now he's going to bring up a visual. And there it is. Stephen, I'll try the light green pen.
Okay, I'll take yellow.
Great.
So that's him.
That's him. He's drawing lines. I'm drawing a circle around this part of the molecule. And we can also have, of course, face-to-face contact while we're doing this.
Right.
I think I'll add some text.
Great.
He can add text?
Yes. He'll be typing this in, and there it is, in the yellow.
Great.
Thanks, Stephen. I'll get back to you on the Legionnaire's disease module you asked about.
Okay, see you later. Patrick, I hope you'll be able to take our class.
Goodbye, Dr. Kane.
What else would you like to see?
What about the library resources? I'm still going to have to come on campus to do my research.
No, as a registered student, you have remote access through JeffLine. For example, if you want to search Medline for a particular topic, let's say Legionnaire's disease, you can find the articles that Professor Kane was referring to in his email. Then, you can bring up the reference for the same article. And the library will send the full text right to your computer. In addition, you can search the library's interactive online catalog. Let's say you were looking for recently published books on antibiotics. You just do a subject search in the catalog for antibiotics. This list shows the library's current holdings. Let's pick antibiotics and antiviral compounds. The catalog gives you all the information you need about this book, plus you can browse the stacks and see what other books are shelved in the vicinity of this book. You can even look at what other books the author or co-authors have published. The link takes you to all the related information. And you also have access to all the information on the internet. We'll click on Yahoo, type in antibiotics, then hit search. And there we are.
You'll have to get the class together to take tests, right?
Maybe not. In an electronic learning environment, testing is based on a different philosophy. Before you start the course, you'll take a pre-test to determine your basic level of knowledge. Tests are tools for you to gauge your learning and personal progress. Feedback is immediate and two-way, giving both of us the information we need to assure you're learning the course material.
And turning in our assignments?
You'll submit your assignments through email.
This sounds pretty good so far, but won't it be like putting a textbook on a computer?
No. Communicating through hypermedia is much more dynamic. Look at this text. You'll notice some of the words are highlighted. When I click on them, I jump to another page. I can follow a path of information that I'm interested in. Here we are with erythromycin. Now I can return to our original starting point and follow another path, mode of action. Now we'll see a short movie.
The messenger RNA, shown here simplified, becomes attached to the ribosome, which contains all the enzymes and other initiating factors needed for polypeptide synthesis. Then a small transfer RNA molecule arrives, carrying the initiating amino acid. It has a base triplet that can only hydrogen bond to the messenger RNA triplet that codes for the amino acid it carries.
Lecture material is usually a little too theoretical for me. I seem to learn better when I can apply those concepts to a sample situation.
Case-based learning is an important part of the modules we produce. Instead of memorizing facts from texts and lectures, you'll follow a case found in the real world. You'll be in control of how you investigate the case. Let's use Legionnaires. Here's a case of a 3-year-old boy with Legionnaire's disease. Let's click on trisomy 21 and check out Down syndrome. Trisomy. And now here we have our table of contents.
You've certainly made the course sound attractive. It will definitely make working and going to school a lot easier. It must have been hard to create an online course like this.
I had lots of help. It's a collaborative effort among university faculty, information specialists, media specialists, producers.
We're back. So what do you think? Let's review what Patrick learned. The course interface provides a control panel to access all the different modes of learning available through Jeffline. Bulletin boards allow for distribution of information to an entire class. When an idea or question is posted, responses can be viewed by all class participants, creating a forum for group discussions. For confidential information, messages can be distributed between individuals through email. Teachers can distribute grades to students, for example. When Patrick mentioned his concern about interacting with his teacher, Dr. Scott and Professor Kane demonstrated video conferencing. Document sharing increased the value of face-to-face communication from remote locations. And Patrick was surprised when he found out he could access library resources from his office across town as easily as from the terminals next to the stacks in the library. The Internet provides access to worldwide resources. And finally, through hypermedia, students can follow paths providing information they need to satisfy their own curiosity. Both text and visuals are available at the click of a button. As Dr. Scott mentioned, the convenience of taking a course through electronic technologies lies in the asynchronous characteristics of this learning environment. Freedom from the time and location constraints of the traditional classroom setting creates educational opportunities for non-traditional students, like physicians who are unable to leave their practice regularly to attend classes. In addition to computer-mediated communication, course-related information can be distributed on videotape and CD-ROM. Jefferson continues its tradition of implementing innovative technology to enhance educational opportunities. Through this initiative, Jefferson is committed to provide an integrated, student-centered learning environment to healthcare students and professionals.